How's it going, everybody? It's Gingy here, and I am with
Riley
and
Hayden.
And basically, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be checking out the curious case of the 9 hikers on Dyatlov Pass.
We planned this video.
Okay, I researched it. I just don't know how to pronounce it. Okay.
Dyatlov.
Yeah. Oh.
Dyatlov Pass.
Okay. Anyway.
Gotta picture it. Say it in a creepier way.
It's February.
Okay. Just shut up.
What is February?
Leaves are not falling in February, Hayden.
The leaves have recently fallen.
No, like 8 months ago.
That's recent enough.
Okay, anyway. On the evening of February 2nd, 1959, 9 skiers were led by Igor. Do you want to try it? Originally 10, but one left early because he was not feeling well. Now that may seem weird, but it's in the future. It's relevant. Thank you. Okay, so then that same night, all were found dead near their campsite in Russia. Aha! It was Russia. That's why I couldn't say it.
That's racist.
Yeah, it is.
It's Russian. I can't say Russian stuff.
2 were found a mile away from camp. The temperature was negative 30 degrees, and they were found wearing nothing but their underwear. 3 more were found between the camp, where 2 bodies in underwear were found.
Wait, 3 more including the 10?
No, this is the total. This is total.
Dividing up the 10 right now.
Yes.
Okay, so 2?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Campsite, 3, dead, 3. Dead.
Good.
I'll draw it out. I can get a piece of paper.
Okay, anyway, one of them, of the 3, was found with a fractured skull, but the doctor said that the death was hypothermia, so that didn't really make sense if you had a fractured skull. So the other 4 bodies were not found for another 2 months. 1 had a fractured skull, 1 had crushed ribs, and 1 had crushed ribs and a missing tongue. Missing tongue. Yeah. All these bodies were wearing the clothes of the bodies found 2 months earlier. That's what their clothes were. So like.
Oh, so they stripped them, took their clothes to live longer because they're so cold.
Why not?
Yeah, that's...
Why not? Here's the strange thing, though. Once the clothes were tested, they were found to be radioactive. And radiation was found all around the campsite. Getting on more information, there was no outward trauma to the bodies. Injuries were considered to be too strong for human to cause. So, and then they found that the tent was ripped from the inside. And then once the tents were discovered, the skier who left...
Wait, if it was ripped, then how can that be from the inside?
Ripped or torn.
There's literally, that means that there's a hole
Was
in
it
it.
ripped or cut?
I don't know.
Like with hands or the knife?
I don't know.
This is important to know because it's some savage beast
I just found out that it said it was ripped from the inside. Once the tents were discovered, the skier who left early was able to identify some items, but there were some items he wasn't able to identify. One of them was a cloth that looked like it belonged to the military. There were a pair of skis that none of the skiers owned, and then there were also glasses that none of the skiers owned.
Maybe they were just going on a ski trip, and then...
They found these things.
Okay, so here are the theories. So theory 1, there was an avalanche. Seems pretty good, right? Like pretty obvious, like an avalanche.
Yeah, but wouldn't they be able to track that?
And why would they be naked?
This would back up the fact that the snows were buried by the tent, causing it to be cut from the inside in order to escape the tent, so it could have been cut instead of ripped. Okay. It could have been what caused the hypothermia. Well then, with the clothes issue, it was theorized that paradoxical undressing may have occurred. Now, you guys were talking about the whole undressing thing. Paradoxical undressing is when a disoriented hypothermia victim removes their clothes to make it, because they feel like their skin is burning. So, that would explain that. But
not how it got on the other people.
Or missing tongue and radioactivity in the site.
Hey, you know on Mars, when you have the plutonium...
Mars! We're in Earth!
No, on the movie Mars.
We're on Earth,
You
not
mean The Martian?
The Martian, I bet.
So the second theory is that there was a Soviet test missile that exploded in the area. So the explosion would cause the trauma, and it would cause the radiation. But there was no evidence of an explosion found on the mountain, and there was no record of a missile launch.
Well, it snows like 24/7 all the time there, so the explosion could be hidden in layers of snow.
The other items that could not be identified, it could mean that the military did in fact find the bodies first and attempt to cover something up. You never know. Because it's not like the military never tries to cover anything up. I mean, the government of the military. I'm gonna get killed.
Yeah, you are.
Theory 3 is that the group was attacked by a Yeti.
I fully support that.
That's the one.
Except there's no evidence of a Yeti, and Yetis don't cover up their tracks. Okay, here's the 4th theory. I don't think I know Riley's not gonna like this one. Aliens. No, okay, hear me out. Okay, hear me out. At the time, there were reports of bright flying spheres in the mountains.
Of course there was.
The lead investigator, Lev Ivanov, believed that these were related to everything that happened because he said, I suspected at the time, and I'm almost sure that now these bright lights have direct connection to the group's death. The Russian lead investigator.
Yeah,
Who is this guy?
Maybe they're part of
His name is Lev Ivanov.
Maybe Lev is the
Yeti.
It'd be
Is he Scooby doing this? It would explain the radioactivity and the trauma. But that's all the evidence that they have. So once the case was closed, authorities stated that the deaths were caused by an unknown compelling force.
I love how they just hear the word oh, there's all these great theories of avalanches or maybe military testing or something. Someone just says aliens. You're like, it was aliens! Oh, the evidence is right there. They said it was flying spheres. Duh.
So it's our real one. What do you guys want to go with? Do you guys think Explosion, avalanche, Yeti, or aliens? I think I'm gonna go with the missile launch.
I'm going military testing too.
Yeah, because that would create an avalanche. So even though we all have our ideas of what happened, I'm gonna go with the missile launch.
I'm gonna go with like missile launch caused avalanche that covered up the missile launch.
And I'm going with the Yeti because the poor Yeti just wanted to get some glasses while he was skiing.
Did the little Yeti have a little man friend who walked with him his entire life?
Even though we have our ideas, this case will remain
Unresolved.
I looked at Hayden for that.